The Battle of the Bulge, also known as the Ardennes counteroffensive, was one of the largest and most intense battles of World War II. It began on December 16, 1944, when German forces launched a surprise offensive through the densely wooded Ardennes region of Belgium and Luxembourg. The aim of the attack was to split the Allied forces, capture the crucial port of Antwerp, and disrupt the Allied advance into Germany. The Germans carefully planned the offensive, exploiting the difficult terrain and the winter weather to catch the Allies off guard. The offensive started with a heavy artillery barrage, followed by the advance of German infantry and armor. German forces managed to break through thinly held sections of the Allied line, creating a large bulge in the front which gave the battle its name. Many American and British units, taken by surprise, had to regroup quickly in the face of overwhelming pressure. The initial German success was marked by rapid advances, but their progress slowed as they encountered more organized resistance in key locations. One of the most critical engagements during the battle was the Siege of Bastogne. This small Belgian town, located at an important crossroads, became a focal point for the German advance. The town was encircled by German forces, but its defenders, despite being outnumbered and cut off from reinforcements, held their ground. The battle for Bastogne became emblematic of the larger struggle in the Ardennes, with both sides facing immense challenges in freezing conditions and heavy snowfall. The weather played a significant role in the course of the battle. Heavy fog and snow initially grounded Allied aircraft, giving the Germans a tactical advantage. However, the poor conditions also slowed their advance, as narrow roads and thick forests made it difficult to move supplies and reinforcements. The terrain and winter weather turned the battle into a logistical nightmare for both sides, with soldiers suffering from frostbite and vehicles getting stuck in snow. As the battle progressed, the German offensive began to stall due to logistical difficulties. The rapid advance had overstretched their supply lines, particularly for fuel, which was critical for their tanks and vehicles. The Allies, despite being caught off guard, quickly mobilized reinforcements and began to push back. By late December, the weather cleared, allowing Allied air forces to resume operations. Air superiority became a decisive factor in disrupting German supply routes and slowing their movements. The turning point came in early January 1945, when the Allies launched a counteroffensive to reclaim lost ground. Allied forces, including reinforcements from the British, French, and American armies, began to push the Germans back toward their original positions. The battle devolved into brutal close-quarters fighting, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The combination of logistical issues, fierce resistance, and the relentless Allied counterattack forced the Germans to retreat by the end of January. The Battle of the Bulge was the last major German offensive on the Western Front. It resulted in heavy losses for both sides, with over 100,000 casualties in total. The Germans failed to achieve their strategic objectives, and their defeat in the Ardennes marked the beginning of the final collapse of Nazi Germany. Despite the devastation, the battle demonstrated the resilience of both sides and the complexities of fighting in difficult terrain and under extreme weather conditions.